Don't forget to go to ashkicking.com for pound the best home health and beauty fragrance products. Dante's Boxing Nation over here with the man Floyd Mayweather.
DBN Nation, of course, support DBN Nation. You hear it from Floyd Money Mayweather. What's going on? Talk
Good looking. Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So ever since the smaller Mikey Garcia called out Errol Spence, everyone's been talking about this fight, and one of the questions is, how will Errol Spence dismantling Mikey Garcia be received? Will he get credit for it? Will he deal with backlash, etc., etc.? And this is what Errol Spence had to say on the matter. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter what people say. Like I said, he's a big name. He's the biggest name I can get right now. And you know, he is pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world. He wants to be pound for pound #1. So he's taken on the challenge, and I commend him for that. That's what real fighters do. The only thing I'm going to do is get the victory. End quote. Listen, I completely agree with Errol Spence, and I'm going to tell you, just like I told you guys, leading up to the Lomachenko versus Rigo fight. I told you guys, there's no doubt the smaller guy will get more credit for the win than the bigger guy. That's a given fact. But the difference in this situation is because Mikey Garcia has a large Mexican fan base. And we all know that Mexican fans are some of the biggest fans in the sport of boxing. So if Errol Spence goes in there and he beats Mikey Garcia, especially if he knocks him out, not only does he take away Mikey Garcia's his undefeated record, but he does it in front of a large Mexican fan base, and everyone else is going to be watching this fight. Which is the type of recognition and exposure that Errol Spence he wants. And people will never forget that Mikey Garcia lost to Errol Spence. Now, if Mikey Garcia were to pull off the upset, that would really catapult him in every way. Not only just recognition and exposure, but he becomes #1, #2, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world, hands down, right? So there's no doubt about it. Once again, Mikey Garcia will get more credit for the win than Errol Spence will get. But this will still be a huge fight. It'll still be a huge fight. And once again, if Errol Spence knocks out Mikey Garcia, it would definitely be a statement. It will definitely be a statement from Errol Spence. You know, some fan in my last video, he compared this fight to Kell Brook versus Gennady Golovkin. He said, you know, Golovkin didn't get any credit for beating Kell Brook, so why should Errol Spence get any credit? The difference from the Golovkin situation and the Errol Spence situation is Gennady Golovkin, he was known for not facing the best competition. He had a lot of good fighters that were calling him out. Fighters like Edeslandi Lara, James DeGale, when James DeGale was on top. Andre Ward, of course, at 168. And many other fighters were calling out Gennady Golovkin. Golovkin wasn't fighting any of these guys. At the time he fought Kell Brook, the best fighter on his resume was Lemieux. David Lemieux, a guy who had already been knocked out previously before he lost to Gennady Golovkin. So with Golovkin's situation, it looked like he was avoiding all of the best competition, but he was willing to fight a welterweight. But when it comes to Errol Spence, every fighter in the welterweight division is avoiding Errol Spence. No one wants to fight him. And he's already been in the ring with the best welterweight at the time at 147. Because I had told you guys since day one, I always thought that Kell Brook would be Errol Spence's most difficult challenge in the welterweight division. And so far, that was Errol Spence's most difficult fight. And then you even look at what Golovkin is doing today, compared to him fighting against Kell Brook. Now Golovkin, he has very tough mandatories like Jamal Charlo, Darren Yevchenko, who he already gave his belt up to. Now Darren Yevchenko is going to fight Danny Jacobs for that vacant belt. We know Golovkin's not going to fight Jamal Charlo, right? So he's giving up his belts to avoid the toughest competition. But he would have never gave his belt up to fight a welterweight Kell Brook, right? And that is the exact reason why what Golovkin did when he fought Kell Brook was perceived as a cherry pick. It's the complete contrary when it comes to Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.